If you're an investor who has invested in ULTY and you're expecting to get 9 cents per share this week, I have really disappointing news because the distributions they're going to pay is less than what they have been paying for the past 3 to 4 weeks. And also, if you're an investor who has invested in WePay and you're expecting to get a little bit juicy distributions, they also paid a little bit lower distributions than they have been paying for the past few weeks. So those are the two important updates I'm going to keep you up to date. But first thing we're going to look is intraday price movements for ULTY and other few ETFs. So the first one, we start with ULTY. You can see the price today, it closed at 506, and overnight market or after hours, it went down to 499. So it has dipped lower than $5. And this happened last week. It went down to 488. So I hope tomorrow maybe it will stick to this price, or it might go even lower than this. We don't know. As you can see here, 52-week range is between $4.86 to 10.92. So if you bought at 486, you're up, and if you bought at 10.92, then you are down. Volume today was very high at 34.5 million, but on average, ULTY trades around 37 million. Roundhill Weekly Pay Universe ETF WePay, the price today is 54.20. It went up a little bit, and after hours seems to go down, and it's just about 54, but it's pretty much a flat. And WePay is one of those ETFs that don't have NAV erosion. This ETF is a pretty sturdy because it started at lower than $50 and now is at 54. So you have made quite a bit of money. I'm going to show you the distributions history for this ETF and how much they have been paying since it was incepted. And one of the other popular ETFs is YieldMax MSTR Option Income Strategy, MSTY. It went down today around 3% and it closed at 1163. After hours seems to be going up at 1170. So hopefully it will keep this trend. But if it doesn't, they say it stays at $11.63, this could be opportunity for people who believe in MSTR or strategy stock, which is underlying stock for this. It could be a good opportunity to buy. And of course, MSTY has a lot of correlation with crypto market and option trading. So if those two perform well, then this ETF will actually go up in price, and they pay okay distributions. It's not as good as it used to pay back in the days. And I made a lot of videos about MSTY showing you how much they have paid and what's average distributions. If you look at the 52-week range of this ETF, is between $11.31 to $46.50. There are a lot of people bought at the highest price. Right now, they are down. Maybe people who bought at like around 30, and if you hold for a long time and you've had all your distributions, now you'll be up for sure. Volume is over 6 million, closer to 7 million for today. And average volume is usually around 10 million shares traded per day. Here we have a few more ETFs, and this is intraday stock price movement. So we have YieldMax at 1254. It was almost flat. QDTE, WePay, we've seen it. TSPY, this is Top Alpha SPY Growth, and TDAC, this is Top Alpha Innovation NASDAQ. And the price is 2611 and 2724 respectively. These two ETFs are from Top Alpha, the company that sponsored the two ETFs. And they are one of the best ETFs in terms of their NAV because they don't have NAV erosion. As you can see, this is started around like a 24-ish or 25-ish, and then now it's 27, and they have been paying their distributions. And also this started at 24-ish, 25-ish, and it's still at 26, and they've been paying distributions, and they don't go down actually, so they're pretty good. And the other ETF that I really like is Blocks. This has almost 90% correlation with the cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the companies that mine those two assets. And it has been paying good distributions, and it does go up like crazy. Today it went down a little bit, about 26 cents, but this is a super growth ETFs and does pay pretty good and decent distributions. And the other ETF that is very popular is SPYI. This is from NEOS and also is one of the good ETFs. But the thing about NEOS is that ETF that does not pay huge distributions. I think I checked it last time. The yield is around like 16-18%. But what you get in return is that stability, because as you can see here, there's no NAV erosion. Same as these two ETFs here. They don't have huge distributions, but they are growth and income ETFs at the same time. So that's pretty good. These are the ETFs that you can be looking to put in a list. It's a good to have that practice and see which one you want to invest your money. That's just how I like to do it. I'm not saying you should do that. That's just my opinion. So now let's look at YieldMax distribution announcement. YieldMax has announced distribution for following ETFs. And this is a group 1 distribution announcement. Remember, there's a group 1 and there's a group 2. Group 1 consists of all the fund of fund ETFs, and group 2 is a single stock ETFs like a Tesla, MVDY, and so on. So the first one you can see here, there's a Chappy going to pay about 46 cents, FIT 35 cents, FIVI 24 cents, GPTY will pay 33 cents, LIFG will pay 59 cents, QDTY will pay 27 cents, RDTY will pay 34 cents, SDTY will pay 22 cents, Salty will pay 62 cents, ULTY will pay 8 cents. Remember, ULTY used to pay around 10 cents. And then for the past 2 to 3 weeks, they had decreased that to 9 cents. And now they are paying 8 cents. So hopefully it's going to keep between 8 cents to 9 cents to 10 cents. Or it doesn't go down further than 8 cents. That would be great. YMAG will pay 13 cents and YMAX will pay 19 cents. As for ULTY, return of capital for this time will be 100% of that 8 cents. It will come from return of capital. Some people like to see 100% return of capital from the distributions, and some people don't like to see this because they think that it's just return of their capital, and that's not their strategy that they want to see. But as I always say, if you want to know more about income that you're receiving from your ETFs, make sure you check statements from your broker that will outline all these distributions and income and what type of income you have received for that year. All right, X date and record date for this week will be October 29, which is tomorrow. That means you have to have owned or bought these ETFs before today. So tomorrow you will be on a record, and payment date will be October 30th. That's on Thursday. So guys, that's all I have for this segment. Next segment is going to be all about WePay and what to expect going forward after they have paid lower distributions than they have been paying for the past few weeks. Again, if you don't want to miss any of this update, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button so you can always receive update. And if you like this type of content, as always, smash the like button and share with someone you think this video might help. You really need to see these 3 updates from Roundhill, and this is going to be for Roundhill Weekly Pay Universe ETF or WePay. The first thing we're going to look is a price, and we also going to look at the distributions that they are paying, because Roundhill has just announced distributions for this week for WePay. So we're going to see how much that is and what's to expect going forward. And the next update, I'm going to show you 3 more ETFs that they just added into WePay. So here's a quick overview for people who are new to this ETF. The Roundhill Weekly Pay Universe ETF track the performance of the selective Roundhill Weekly Pay Universe Index. WePay is designed to invest in the eligible universe of single stock weekly pay ETFs. I'm going to show you those ETFs in a bit. The main compelling reasons why you should invest in this ETF. The first one is it does pay weekly distributions. So that's very important for some people. It has a huge diversification because they have over 15 single stock ETFs. WePay is rebalanced monthly, so you don't have to worry even after those ETFs are out of balance. They are going to be rebalancing those ETF on a monthly basis. So that's very good, because if you want to replicate this ETF and you buy those 15 ETFs individually, then you're going to deal with rebalancing, because one of those ETF will go higher and the other one will stay lower. In order for you to rebalance is going to cost you your time. So with this ETF, everything is rebalanced for you and you just have to worry about one ETF. Okay, WePay was incepted September 4th, 2024. 5. Management style is passive. And these are some of individual stock ETFs that this ETF is investing under. They have Robinhood, AMD, Apple, Amazon, Google, Coinbase, Meta, Nvidia, Palantir, Microsoft, Avgo, Tesla, MicroStrategy, and Netflix. The last one here they have is a bond exposure, and it's very insignificant. Roundhill Investment has been paying distributions for WePay since September 17th. First time they paid was 54 cents. In October 1st, they increased to 88 cents, and that's about 30 cents difference. That was a huge jump from 51 to 88. And they paid the following week, it was 73, then 85, then 73. Just this week, they are going to pay about 63 cents. So that's about 10 cents from what they paid last week. If we take average of all these distributions, it's going to be about 70 cents. One of the other important update for this ETF is that Roundhill Investment has added a few more individual stock ETFs. ARMS Holding, Alibaba, they have Costco, and Uber. Costco has done amazing performance, and there is a rumor that Costco will do a split, which is a forward split, because their share price right now is very high. And when they do that, stock tend to go higher. The last update I'm going to show you, if we look at how much they have paid so far, average out is about 70 cents per share per week. And all in all, since they start paying distribution, they have paid $4.34. If you add that $4.34 to the price of today, which is $54.65, guess how much you're getting your share price is going to be $58.99, so almost 59. So this ETF does not have a zero NAV erosion in terms of its price performance. As you can see here is 54 because it came at lower price. And in terms of overall performance, including all the distributions, it's almost 59. So it's way higher than I start around $50. So now if we look at how much yield your ETF as of today, of course, we have two ways of looking at this. The first one, we look at average distributions. We know average distribution is 70 cents. And with our today's price of 54.65, that's a yield of about 67%. But if we go with the distributions that they announced that they're going to pay on Wednesday, that's about 60%. So the average yield you're looking at is between 60 to 70%. It's not a bad yield for an ETF like this because it's very sturdy and has that growth and no NAV erosion. So for those reasons, I would say this is a very solid ETF to own in your portfolio, whether you want to have this as your main core or you just want to add it part of your portfolio combination with other ETFs. That's 100% up to you. Again, guys, all these numbers I'm showing here are just estimate based on the historical distributions that WePay has been paying, and all the past performance of this ETF that we've seen here, 54, including distribution 58. That's just past performance. There's no guarantee that in the future this ETF will have the same performance or you're going to get the same distributions. So just make sure before investing in this ETF, do your own research and see if this ETF fits with your investment strategy. So that's all I have today, guys. If you like this type of content, as always, please smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you can always receive more updates. And don't forget to share with someone you think this video might help. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.